Welcome back. Doctors all across our state perform life-saving work in hospitals, and some on their own time go out and continue their service with our local police departments as tactical police doctors. We spoke to two of them today, Dr. White and Dr. Wesley Kyle. We told you here about the news on Wednesday about their swearing in as the state's very first tactical police doctors. Both men are emergency department doctors at St. Mary's Hospital in Waterbury. Dr. Kyle is a major in the Connecticut Army National Guard. He's been deployed to Somalia, Kenya, and Afghanistan, and he served with the North Central Connecticut SWAT team for a decade before joining the Waterbury Regional SWAT team. Dr. White started East Coast Tactical LLC with a friend in Special Forces, and he also trained police in things like applying tourniquets and other emergency medical procedures, and that eventually led him to joining the Waterbury Regional SWAT team around 2013.
I provided education on bleeding control and tactical combat casualty care in the field to the officers that were on the team, and that sort of evolved into training with the team and then eventually joining on with the team.
Now, both men clearly have experience in medical care and in dangerous, high-stress situations. But if you're thinking, how are they different from EMS? It all comes down to their proximity to possible danger.
You can be closer to the point of injury. And when it comes to the bleeding that is sustained with the type of penetrating trauma that is highly associated with these high-risk warrants or barricaded subjects or hostage situations, it really comes down to seconds making a difference.
Drive is to be there for these officers that put their lives on the line every day to hopefully get them home to their families safely and prevent a preventable death.
Now, keep in mind, this is a volunteer job. Both men understand that they are putting themselves in harm's way, but they also say they are surrounded by a brotherhood, and they and their families take comfort in that.
Certainly when I tell my wife when they get woken up in the middle of the night to go out the door, I'm surrounded by at least a dozen highly trained operators that are experts in their craft and are essentially surrounding me at all times. And so there's probably a few times where I am more safe than I am on a call out.
We are there for them. They are there for us. And no one is going to let someone else, get in harm's way needlessly.
But while that brotherhood protects them from physical harm, legally, they've been open to possible civil lawsuits for years before Tuesday's swearing in. Trinity Health of New England covers their malpractice coverage, and you would think the Good Samaritan laws protect them in other instances, but Dr. White says it doesn't.
Good Samaritan, in sort of plain language, says a happenstance occasion that you come upon someone that needs aid and you render aid to the person in need. You've acted in good faith within your scope of practice and training to render aid to that person. In regards to what we do, we go to SWAT school, we train with a team, we answer call-outs. It's not a happenstance circumstance.
So for years, both doctors have been open to possible civil lawsuits until this swearing-in ceremony this week.
We're not sworn members of the department, and so if there was a civil case, we would not be protected under the civil immunity that a police department receives. And so it was only recently that Naugatuck Police Department took it upon themselves to change that.
And the doctors have been pushing for legislation at the state level to extend the civil liability protections to people like them. A bill was introduced, but it hasn't passed the legislature. Both men are very humble when it comes to being the first tactical police physicians in the state, and they hope it paves the way for others.